there are reports and there's a lot of news going out na tungkol sa earthquake.
Tinig ng malakas na lindol ang ilang bahagi ng Visayas. Sa bayan ng Daan-Bantayan sa Cebu.
Kasunod sa Northern Luzon at sa Visayas. Mindanao naman ang nilindol ngayong araw, magnitude 7.4.
It's happening and I think it's a good time to talk about what is the most essential thing that we need to prepare for the average Filipino.
Sunod-sunod ang mga naitatalang malalakas at mapinsalang mga lindol sa bansa. Dahil dyan, malaking usapin ngayon ang disaster preparedness ng bansa. Trending nga online ang mga go bag ng iba't ibang lokal na pamahalaan.
The most essential thing that we have to do, all right, is to have an emergency go bag. The very first thing I would really put there.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of the producers, network, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Okay, so magandang session to kasi what we're going to talk about is one big topic and we're going to divide this into 4 parts. Okay, since madami nangyayari ngayon, there's a lot of, as of today, October 11, okay, since we've shot this, usually pre-recorded naman yung mga podcast natin. To this day, there are reports and there's a lot of news going out na tungkol sa earthquake. And what's funny was before even all these natural disasters happened, we were already talking about it. The big one, what if may sumabog na EMP, nawala na internet, communications and all. So this session is dedicated to, sabihin natin, let's title this as Disaster Preparedness. Okay? So, 4 parts to. The very first part, we're going to talk about the most essential thing that we have to do, all right, is to have an emergency go bag, all right? So, our discussion here is going to be really more about an emergency go bag for the average person. Kasi not everyone, let's face the fact na not everyone is prepared or has been educated to prepare for such things, di ba? Back in the day, di ba, nung pumasok tayo sa school, meron lang fire drill, may earthquake drill, ano pa? Actually, dalawa lang, right? Yeah, fire drill, earthquake drill. They should have incorporated flood drills also, even back in the days, just in case my floods. Because right now, that's what we experience. Sunog, baha, and right now, earthquake. As of October 11, 2025, Mindanao got hit when was this? Yesterday after, or a few days ago? Few days ago. Prior to Mindanao, it was Cebu, right? And prior to that, it was floods all over the nation. Tapos may tsunami pa tayo, yes. Right? What's kind of mind-boggling is the earthquakes yung nangyayari these days, okay, are quite, ano yung magnitude? Ano yung magnitude ng Mindanao?
7.4.
Was it 7? Or 6 point something?
The Davao is 6.4.
Somewhere around that. So it's probably in the news, and yung magnitudes. Pero it's happening, and I think it's a good time to talk about what is the most essential thing that we need to prepare for the average Filipino. So, number 1 is an emergency go bag. All right, so if nobody knows what an emergency go bag is, it is literally any sort of bag, di ba? It could be, although preferably para sa akin, it has to be a backpack, right? Kasi yung iba may go bag sila na duffel bag, meron na trolley bag, lahat. Why I would prefer a backpack is because once you carry it on your back, hands-free ka na, wala ka nang hawak. Yung duffel bag okay din, hands-free din, pero medyo hindi tactical eh.
Magalaw siya every time you move.
Yes, you turn here, hindi siya tactical. Yung backpack, medyo tactical. So, anong klaseng backpack? It doesn't need to be yung military grade na backpack with lots of pockets. It could be any type of backpack. Pwede yung school bag, di ba? As long as you could carry on your bag and hindi naman, it's not expensive to buy a backpack. Right now, you could go to Shopee or Lazada or TikTok. May mabibili ka ng worth. Huwag nyo bilhin yung mga mumurahin, ha? Yung mga 300. Bilhin nyo paano magkano yung pinakamaayos na quality yung mahanap natin sa sa online shops? Can we say 500 pesos?
Depende sa seller. No? Meron mga 300 and above na good quality. You just really need to scrutinize, talagang check mo yung reviews kung talagang matibay ba siya. Kasi may makikita ka na, even 250 pesos, magugulat ka na pagdating sa'yo, ay, ang ganda pala, grabe. Pero nung bumili ka ulit, iba na yung
bibigay.
Yeah, so ano talaga, case-to-case basis din nangyayari doon. Pero it's better to magbigay ka na ng standard na at least 500 and up para...
Yeah, 500 and up, buy nyo na yan. I think pwede na yan. Kasi an emergency go back, usually that would last, it's good for the current state, on that day lang, right? So ngayon, since once you buy a go bag, syempre may mga pinaka-essential anong ilalagay mo dyan. Sa akin, the very first thing I would really put there, this is personal preference, hindi para sa lahat to, but I think this is the most important. Water bottles.
Yes.
Water. Para sa akin, water. Kasi I believe human beings can survive without food, but we can't survive without water. Yeah. So yung bottled water, yung maliliit, kahit, di ba may 330 ml, you could buy 4 to 5 of those. Tapos hindi siya ganun kabigat. Right? Next, food. Right? Siyempre, hindi Tupperware na may ulam na kanin. Yung ready to eat na. So, what would you recommend in terms of food?
Well, sardines kasi, mas mabilis na yun talagang. Kasi yung mga Tetra Pak, yung mga naka-Tetra Pak pa, meron din siya pero for an average people, mas sila sa sardines. Parang for as low as 10 pesos na cheapest na sardines. Kasi, survival, no? Hindi ka na magiging choosy. Pero still, depende pa rin yun sa family mo. Baka mamaya may allergy sa malansa. So, you really need to think about kung ano yung ilalagay mo doon sa go bag mo. Siguro yung canned sardines, medyo mabigat na rin yun eh. Pag sabi na 3, 4, magva-vary din yung bigat ng lata. So, kung makakakuha kayo ng mga naka-Tetra Pak na, naka-dry sealed na siya, naka-compress, no? Much better. Available naman na din yan sa hindi lang sa supermarket, Lazada, pwede ka na mag-order.
I think that's one of the cheapest, no? Kung gusto nyo medyo social pa, pwede yung Century Tuna, diba?
Yes.
Diba? In olive oil ba yun? Diba? So, you could buy the 1 Century Tuna, diba? Medyo premium ang dating, diba? Masarap din compare sa sardines. At sa sardines kasi, ang high ng mataas yung purine, yung pang gout. Yeah. So yung mga tao na may gout, hindi pwede yun. Pero for Century Tuna, kahit pa paano, kaya pa. Meron nga yung mga, what else? Let's say yung mga hindi mahilig sa mga canned food, I think handy snacks could be, sabihin natin, chips, biscuits.
Yes.
Right? Something to help you go. Actually, there's one thing that I would put, na meron talaga kami sa go bag, gummy bears. Mm-hmm. So, dami nagtatanong, what gummy bears? Puro asukal yan, di ba? Pambata yan. Sa akin, oo, tama. Pero usually, during disasters, which na-experience ko dati, pagod ka. Low energy ka kasi either ang dami mong ginawa, it's very stressful, di ba? And you need sugar. Kasi at that time, very, very tired ka na eh. Tapos you need something to go on too. Para sa akin, the gummy bears, to me, during, kung may action talaga, if you need to evacuate, di ba? If you have a small kick of sugar, di ba? Okay siya. Siyempre, wala kang emergency at yung kinakain mo talaga, makakasakit ka talaga.
Yes.
Diabetic ka na. But for that moment where you really need the energy, easiest.
A day or two is okay lang.
Pero okay
for
lang.
1 week, yun na kinakain mo.
Hindi na emergency, pina-popcorn na, di ba?
Yes.
Yun. But I think importante siya to conserve energy and to have energy. So during the time na pagod ka na, you've evacuated and all that, and you're waiting, you could stay awake with gummy bears. Yeah. Hindi pala to sponsored by gummy bears, pero baka naman. All right. So other ideas for food, let's say meron kayong mga anak o may mga pamangkin or mga babies. Syempre, pag may newborns or mga babies talaga, make sure meron kayong gatas. Kung nagpa-breastfeed kayo yung mga moms, swerte nyo. So you have to make sure that ikaw naman kakain kasi you're breastfeeding. But what about yung mga naka-formula, di ba? It's important to always buy those little containers, di ba? Little containers na pwede nyo lagyan ng gatas, di ba? Yung pwede mo siyang what do you call this? Parang interlocking sila eh. Tapos layer. You can add more and more each serving. So it's always important to prepare something that's small. Siyempre, at the height of the moment, yun yung unang iisipan mo. Kasi number one, nagugutom yung baby. Diba? Ngayon, kung medyo toddlers and teenagers, chips, gummies, biscuits, anything that's uso naman dito sa mga Pinoy, Skyflakes na. Diba? Yun. Sa mga adults, yan, canned food, sardines, what else? Kung may maisip kayo, just comment what you think. We're not pro-preppers, but we have the basic knowledge of what we need.
And everybody should have a basic knowledge. Hindi kinakailangan maging dito expert.
Yeah.
Kasi kailangan, emergency. Biglaan na talaga yan eh.
Yes.
Unplanned talaga. So, at least, for an unplanned scenario, you have a basic, parang ito na yung magiging standard mo na, ito yung gagawin mo when things happen.
Yeah, we're sharing this kasi this is not being taught in school. Right? Mga fire drill and earthquake drill, hindi ko nga maalala eh. What did we do? From what I remember, line up, pila, tapos kwentuhan lang kami barkada. We weren't really aware of what to do, di ba?
Photo ops.
Photo op, di ba? Yun, photo op. Yeah. So with food, whatever is handy, whatever small, easy to eat, ready to eat, ganun din yung ginagawa mga military. They have MREs, diba? Which is meals ready to eat. And whatever you could put in your backpack, make sure that it's, wag lang kayo maglagay ng kanin or anything na kailangan lutuin kasi there's no time to cook and there's no place to cook. So anything that's ready to eat is good. Bahala na kayo kung anong preferred nyo. Okay. So, go bag, water, food. The fourth one, this is not in order of importance, but this is one of the most important that you need in emergencies. Med kit.
Mm-hmm.
So, hindi naman kailangan yung med kit malaki, di ba? Hindi naman tayo first responder na isang bag meron sila.
Yes.
Yeah? A small, may nabibili sa grocery and sa Mercury, right? Ganito kalit ng med kit. Right? Nakasya sa go bag nyo. It could be this small. Siyempre, medyo makapal konti. Meron nabibili in, like National Mercury. They have all the basic there. So, usually, ang nasa loob is usually mga gauze, Band-Aid, maliit na alcohol spray.
Yes.
Minsan yung iba may betadine,
Yep.
right? What else? Did I mention scissors? Yeah, doon scissors, may cotton, and those things, all right, to disinfect it. So it's as small as this. If you could find something a little bigger, yung medyo pahaba, right? You could add a little more. Ngayon, sa medkit kasi yung basic, yung anong binanggit natin kanina, para sa akin, medyo kulang. So, I just wanna add on na kung medkit talaga, dapat meron kang gloves.
Yes.
Anong tawag? Silicone
gloves.
Right? Kasi when you're treating a wound, dapat malinis yung kamay. During disaster, madumi yung kamay natin. So we need to, we need to wear gloves, right? Betadine, number one. Kasi hindi lahat ng medkit may betadine. They usually add alcohol. Pero for open wounds, betadine is very good. We also need masks, right? Not because for anti-disease or anything, pero pag disaster, di ba, maalikabok, and you might inhale, minsan may mga gases or may mga debris, you have to wear the mask. So, kasama na yun sa med kit. Anything you would like to add?
Again, depende pa rin to sa families, no? Yung at least kung meron kayong thermometer,
Yeah.
Maliliit yan eh.
Yeah. Kasya yun. Kasya
oo.
yun. Oo.
Tapos kung
It's
meron
good,
kayong
it's good.
pang-check ng BP, especially yung mga may kasama kayong matatanda, kasi they need, hindi lang sila, no? Even us, we also need to monitor. Hanggat maaari nga, marunong ang bawat isa na mag-check ng BP, ng blood pressure. For at least, nalalaman na mo monitor mo kung kailangan na ba muna magpahinga. Okay, we need to stop. Minsan kasi, akala natin, yung hinihingal, pagod na. Pero yung iba, hindi hinihingal, pero kailangan na palang ipahinga.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yun yung mga kailangan din na idagdag.
So, ang problem lang sa BP is makapal siya yung portable. Kasi meron kami doon sa bahay. So, maybe it's always best to have that skill para mag-check ng BP
Yep.
manual. Right? We'll probably create another... You could find on Google, on YouTube, ang daming ways you could find the pulse here, or here, or here.
Yes.
Right? And then, oorasan mo yan. So, there's a certain... Yung Apple Watch ko, heart rate reading na eh, di ba? So it's really essential. It's a skill, you know. It's free. You could find it on YouTube. Just time it properly, and then you'll find the how many heartbeats per second, di ba? And if you'll need, it's a certain skill. So tama ka, thermometer, importante yan, and pang-monitor ng BP.
Yeah.
Okay, good thing na mention mo na yung BP. Now, for the average person, of course, marami sa atin may pre-existing condition na. So, for example, kung ikaw healthy ka, may chance na family mo may condition sila. So, baka parents mo, kapatid mo, anak mo, either diabetic, either may heart disease or anything like that, or ano ba usually, may mataas cholesterol, may hypertension, or the asthma, right? Apart from that med kit, yan yung mga, let's say, may pre-existing. Kung sabihin natin, parents mo, senior citizen, or anything like that, during emergencies, just make sure they have a separate med kit for their meds, right? Antibiotics, maintenance nila. Kasi if they miss their maintenance, that is what will cause struggles for them, right? Yung mga may allergies, dapat may EpiPen naka-ready, right? Yung mga iba, let's say asthma, kailangan ng, what do you call those?
Nebulizer.
Nebulizers, yan. Yung mga
Or
may
yung mga,
asthma.
inhaler na, what do you call this? Ngayon meron ng mga nebulizers na mabibili sa Shopee na yung iba kasi kailangan mo pa ng specific na gamot. Ngayon parang pag mga may asthma, salt and water lang pwede mo nang ilagay.
So, pag naubusan kayo ng nebulizer, yun pwede.
Salbutamol, usually yun yung nilalagay nila eh. Ngayon, yun yung natutunan ko lately noon sa mga kamag-anak ko na meron history sa ganun, no? Sabi niya, kuha ka lang ng water, tapos lagay mo ng asin. Tapos yun na yung ilalagay mo. Good thing siya is, pwede siyang i-powered by a power bank. 5 volts lang siya. So, kung may power bank ka, magagamit mo na. Hindi katulad nung you need to, kailangan pa ng AC. So, ito, very portable. Maliit lang siya, para lang din siyang, kasi laki lang siya ng flashlight. So, pwede mo na siyang isama dun sa
But this is not recommended for daily use.
Yes,
This is just for in case of emergency na.
So again, depende yan sa history ng family members nyo or yung kasama nyo sa pamilya. Kung meron silang history. Kung wala naman, hindi nyo kailangan idagdag. Pero it's best kung kaya pang isiksik kasi sooner or later, hindi natin malalaman. Baka meron ka pang, pagdating mo dun sa pupuntahan mo, meron pala nangangailangan na ikaw lang palang meron. It is good to have.
And also consult your doctor in advance kung in case of emergency at wala ka ng nebulizer, kung pwede yun. Right? Consult your doctor always and be prepared always. Okay. So yun. After the med kit, yung meds ng bawat family member kung may pre-existing conditions sila. And yung iba hindi makahinga, so may nabibili din na oxygen tank.
Yes.
Portable. Alright? So disposable din siya kasi one time use, pag naubos na, wala na, tapon na. So, try that. Ngayon, may mga nagtanong sa akin is, what if walang-wala? Right? you forgot your meds or nawala in the disaster and all that. There's something that not most people are aware of is that meds are great to maintain whatever symptoms that you have, di ba? Usually, consulted by a doctor, sila magsabi, ito dapat i-take mo every day. Kasi every day you're eating 3 times a day, you're comfortable, you're at home, kung anong kinakain mo, snacks. So in these types of emergencies, kung walang-wala kayo, you need to have certain medications. If you have heart disease or mataas yung cholesterol mo or mataas yung BP mo, the best medicine is not eating at all. Fasting ka. Bababa yung sugar mo, your body's going to start burning the cholesterol, the fats, and all that when you stop eating. Importante, hydrated.
Yes.
But the eating itself will help you maintain your condition at the moment of emergency, kahit wala kang meds. Pero this doesn't apply for everyone, so you have to consult your doctor first. Ngayon, with, for example, diabetics, right? Ang diabetics naman, kailangan mo lang umiwas sa sugar and carbs like rice and bread, di ba? So, for diabetics, not eating those, well, you'll maintain your sugar level. But the moment you start eating bread on the way, biscuits or anything like that, and you have a pre-existing you have diabetes, right? Tataas siya. You don't have insulin. Wala kang insulin. What are you gonna do? Then stop eating. Magugutom ka, hindi ka mamamatay sa gutom. Mamamatay ka sa dehydration. So, magugutom ka, inom ka water. Yun. This is not for everyone. So, yung mga may asthma, no experience there, but maybe we can ask. Usually, asthma attacks, yan is depending, may allergies, so there's a lot of allergens in the environment, and pag disaster, talagang maalikabok, there's a lot of things that you can inhale. So, importante handy yan yung mga nebulizer at yung sinabi ni McLean, yung portable na
Nebulizer.
Ano tawag siya?
Nebulizer
din siya.
Kasi yung usual na tradition na nebulizer natin, it's powered by AC.
Yeah.
So, kasi ang laki-laki pa, may pump. Ngayon, it's na siya, yes.
And mura lang siya, right?
I bought it 300 pesos.
300 pesos, so yun. Okay. So I think of all of this, lahat to, we talked about buying your go bag, water, food, your med kit, and your medicines if you have a pre-existing condition. Those are the most important in your bag. Kailangan, di ba? And those will help you for at least a day or two. Good enough for a day or two. Okay. This is for one individual. This is only for yourself. So this sort of preparedness is not expensive. How much do you think will cost all of this? Compute natin. O go bag, makapili ka ng 500 pesos. Water, makana yung bottled water, kahit yung branded. Sabihin natin yung 330 ml, bili ka ng 4 bottles, right? Yung 4 bottles yun, syempre kailangan may ration.
Yes.
If you could add more, kung kaya mo buhatin. O, let's say 6. Magkano yung mga gastos mo sa 6? O, per bottle is 15 times 6. O, sa 4, you have 100 pesos or worth 200 pesos if you could add more kung kaya mo buhatin. You have to have more water. Food, snacks, canned foods, anything that you think, if you think you could, I think worth 200 din. Chips, biscuits, gummy bears. Ikaw na bala, what you gonna do? Kung meron kang nakalaga na itlog, mas okay pa, healthy pa, di ba? Pero may tayo kung maglaga, usually tayo, wala, di ba? But kung meron, para sa akin, itlog na lang eh. Diba, isang ganun, itlog. Isang tray. Okay na, itlog siya katubig. May protein ka, may good cholesterol ka, ang dami mong nutrients. Yeah? Next, med kit. Magkano abot na med kit? Minsan mo yung nabibili 500 pesos.
Yes.
Diba?
Yun yung usually mga standard na gano'n.
Yeah, standard. Maliit. No? Medyo kung gusto mo lakayan konti at magdagdag, siguro prepared at least 800 kasi may betadine and other stuff, right? Ayun, yung let's call it go meds. Kasi yung mga go meds, yan yung mga maintenance na kung meron kang pre-existing. Paano naman yung maintenance? At least have 2 to 3 tablets. At least you could survive 2 to 3 days for that. Which pwede mo isama dun sa med kit. Right? That alone will help you survive whatever's coming. Right? Floods, earthquake, sunog, you name it. But remember, ang dami pang kasya sa bag.
Yes.
Okay. This is only we call this the emergency go bag lang. This is the bare minimum. Bare minimum. Hindi ito, pwede ka magdagdag na madami. And that's what we're gonna talk about in the next session. But apart from this, magdagdag tayo ng konti. Alright? Hindi naman to pro level. Pero after having your go bag, putting water, food, after your med kit and your maintenance meds, cash. Always have cash. Kasi, okay, may e-wallets, may GCash na, may Maya, banks, and all that. During disasters, minsan, no connection.
Yes.
Sarado sila.
Walang online transaction.
No online transaction. At least have 2,000 pesos cash. Kahit barya. Kasi, di ba, importante barya. You could buy 100, 150, di ba? Importante yan, barya. Kung hindi mo kaya 2,000, 1,000. At least 500. At least meron kang cash. Right? Much preferably yung papel. Kasi pag barya, ang bigat nun. Di ba? Dagdag sa bigat. Pero kung kaya mo naman, bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Di ba? Alright. Apart from that, if you could put, kung kasya pa sa bag, extra clothes, extra t-shirt. Right? And one thing I learned from, I thought I have a friend who is a ranger. One thing I learned from a ranger, pinaka-importante is socks. What? But my socks? Did you know that soldiers and, they go on foot, right? And laging pagod yung paa nila. And if you don't have the right socks, mabilis ka mapagod. Right? So socks is very important. Magkano yung mga makapal na socks? Like in Divisoria, you could find a pair of socks for like, what? How much? 25 pesos? 30 pesos? 30 makapal na siya. Makapal na siya. So you have to have great socks. Kung kasya pa sa go bag mo, emergency go bag mo. So dagdag yun. So it's kind of rare to hear about it kasi tayo nga, when we pack up, we don't even think of socks. Basta kung ano yung socks meron, yun na yun. But for emergency, socks importante. Apart from extra clothes and socks, blanket.
Yes.
Kasi kung may bata kayo, may baby kayo, yung blanket. Malaki ang blanket, makapal. So, maganda yung mga lightweight lang, yung tela na medyo manipis lang. Yeah. Pero wag lang masyadong manipis, yung tipong parang tablecloth, yung tipong medyo, kung may konting kapal, para in case, pwede nyo yung takpan yung sarili nyo o yung anak nyo, di ba?
And meron din kasama dun sa parang sa medkit, thermal blanket. So,
yeah, medyo actually pang advanced na yun.
Yeah.
Kasi yung first responders, meron thermal blanket. Pero mura siya, right?
Yeah.
Magkano siya?
I think less than 100 meron na siya.
Oo. Tapos it's packed like this.
Ang late lang.
Ganito.
Pag open mo, parang kahit dalawang tao kaya niyang
Yes. If you don't know what a thermal blanket is, yan yung nakikita niyo sa movies pag may emergency. Tapos they put like a
parang
aluminum blanket above you. Okay? Yan yung nakikita natin sa movies. It's thin, it's very portable, and then when they use it, para saan yun? Kasi kung malamig, pang-warm yun.
Yes.
Diba? It traps your body heat and then it becomes, para siyang sauna, dry sauna. Pero it doesn't really completely warm you. Pag malamig yung panahon, at least that helps a lot. And it's very portable. Yeah, we could add that kung kasya pa. Alright. But I think all of that, okay, all of this, what we just mentioned, I think kung pwede nyo na dagdagan kung may space pa yung bag yun. Bahala na kayo kung anong gusto yung dagdagan. But essentially, this is the most important things that you need to put in your emergency go bag, which can survive you at least 24 hours to 2 days, right? I don't think 3 days kaya na. This is just in case. So,
a day or two is okay na yun.
Yeah. Remember, this is only for one individual. So, let's say, 3 kayo sa bahay, ikaw, parents mo, tig-isa kayo. Right? And I think, yung investment, all this, magkano abot?
Wala pang 1,000.
Wala pang 1,000 sa gamit. Pero, since you need cash,
yes.
Di ba? 2,000, right? What's 2,000? Itabi nyo yung 2,000. It's for emergency. So, that 2,000, buy one for yourself, for your wife, for your mom, for your dad, for your brother, sister, children. Lahat sila may backpack. Kahit senior, kaya nila mag-backpack. Diba? Yan. Siguro, dagdag ko lang sa senior, yung mga tungkod,
Yeah.
yung portable
Cane.
tungkod, cane, di ba? Para kasi they need to, right? They need to rush. Yeah, siguro dagdag lang natin yun. So, yeah, this is just the essentials. It's an emergency go bag. This is not a bug out bag. So, just prepare what you could prepare, add what you could add the most important things, and good luck. If you get hit, just make sure that you're well prepared.